Hello and welcome to Pearls of Parmadice. My name is Courtney and I'm coming to you from Parma, Ohio, where I live with my husband and all of our yarn. You are either seeing this as a special edition episode or as a mini stash edition episode within an episode. I haven't really decided yet what I'm doing. But today is Sunday, June 4th, and I don't normally film on Sundays, but apparently now I just film absolutely whenever. There's no rhyme or reason to it anymore. But it's a beautiful day, and I have full use of our back porch sunroom area. So I thought, I have a lot to film from the Great Lakes Fiber Show to talk about. So much to talk about there. Some of you expressed interest in my things that I got at Sweets and Geeks last week and actually, or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. We've been like 3 weekends in a row. It's been crazy. So anyways, I just figured I would go ahead and hop on and talk about those things. So like I said, I don't know if this is going to go up on its own. I don't know if my future Courtney, but your past Courtney has just introduced everything and talked about knitting and I'm spliced in there. I don't know. We're just rolling with it. That is what we are doing. We are rolling with it. There will be background noise. Like I said, I'm pretty much outside, so it is what it is. That's okay. All right, so let's get to it. The Great Lakes Fiber Show was so much fun. It is held every year on Memorial Day weekend in Worcester, Ohio, which is not terribly far from me. My parents have a seasonal campsite in a neighboring county, and we spend a lot of weekends out there during the summer, and we always spend Memorial Day weekend with them there. So I was already pretty close to the Fiber Show. I went last year with my husband. We had a blast. And this year, we went both years on the Sunday. I like going on the Sunday instead of the Saturday. Even though things are a touch picked over, there's fewer crowds, and I just think it's a more relaxed shopping experience. Anyways, so we went on the Sunday, and this year my brother Jared came with us, and then we met up with my friend Mac at the show. And we had so much fun. Mac and Jared had never been to a yarn show before, so it was their first time, and so that was really, really exciting. We started out in the 4-H building with the Angora bunnies, and they are so fluffy and so cute. We watched some of the judging, even though we didn't really know what was going on. And so that was really fun. We just wanted to hug them all, but you're not allowed to touch them. But they're so fluffy. So fluffy. Anyways, so we started there, and then we made our way into the first building, and I did not take video, I don't think. I didn't take footage. I was not a good podcaster at all while we were there. So not a good podcaster. But that's okay. It's fine. You all can just imagine it, okay? So we went into the first building, and we kind of walked through the booths, and the first person in the group to break the seal to buy yarn was my brother Jared, who does not knit at all, but he and I are 10 and a half years apart. I'm older, and if he asks me to knit him something, he is so knit worthy, I just can't say no. I can't say no. He watches my podcast. He is always so supportive of my knitting. So we went, let me grab it. I can't reach it. Okay, so we went in the building where, let me look at the tag, Bewitched Pigments Fiber Arts Co. was. And this is a dyer I have always wanted to purchase from. They have been at, I think, every single yarn show I've ever gone to, except for maybe one. Every single one. And every single time I look at their yarn and I'm like, oh my word, I'm going to buy some this time. I'm going to buy some. And then I go on my lap and I never make it back to their booth. And I'm always like, oh, I didn't get their yarn. And it bums me out every single time. Yarn's so pretty. So when we ended up in their booth, I was like, you know what? I am determined. This time I'm going to buy yarn from them. And then Jared tapped me on the shoulder and is like, Courtney, if I buy yarn, will you knit me something? And I was like, yeah. What are we thinking? Do you have yarn in mind or what? And so he holds up this beautiful skein, which is, yeah, there, that's about right. It's gorgeous skein. And the colorway is Scarab. And he has been super into Moon Knight, who, if you don't know, is a Marvel character. And last year, I want to say last fall, a mini series for Moon Knight came out on Disney Plus, and he watched it mostly at our house and loved it. So he's like, do you think you could knit me with the Scarab color yarn a Scarab beetle cowl? And I was like, yes, of course. I've seen several patterns for Scarab cowls. So I pull out my phone, we get on Ravelry, we're like looking through patterns. He finds one he likes. I don't remember what it is. I don't remember. Maybe I'll put it on the screen. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But you'll hear about this again when I actually go to knit with it, so it's fine. So we looked at a couple different color combos of what would look good with this. He wants a color work cowl and came up with Autumn Glow. So these two, this is going to be, I think we decided on this is the background and this is the foreground, I believe. But isn't it so, aren't these so pretty together? Like, they are just stunning. The orange is a little less bright than it's appearing on screen, and the Scarab is a little brighter than it's appearing. But anyways, you get the gist. So these are both in the DK base, I believe. Yeah, they're DK weight. And they are just stunning. So Jared made the first purchase of the day. And they're gorgeous. This is also so lovely because he'll get the finished piece, but I get the pleasure of working with this yarn. So I am very, very excited about it. Yeah, so anyways, that was Bewitched Pigments, Fiber Arts Co. Here's their tag. Okay. Anyways, oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. Okay. So next, we'll come back to this in a minute. The seal was broken, right? We all had permission. So good. So everything else is arranged really, quite frankly, in no particular order. So we're just going to go through everything, I guess. I do know this was my first purchase of the day. And this was from Omi, I'm not sure, Fibers. And I bought a mini bat. And if you don't spin like me, who has tried spinning a couple of times, but I am attempting to learn on a drop spindle. And by attempting, I mean I pick it up once every few months, go, wow, I don't really know what I'm doing, and then put it down. But I think part of it is the fiber that I have, I don't think is the best for a beginner. So I've heard good things about bats, and it was, I mean, in my opinion, I really don't know anything about it, but I think it was pretty inexpensive. It was only $4.50, and it's hot pink, and it is so stinking beautiful. It's got all these pretty colors in it. The bag is flying away. It just, doesn't it look like cotton candy? Like, I know it would taste terrible, but I kind of want to eat it. And it's just like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. So I am going to try spinning this, I think, because I just haven't had a lot of success with the fiber I have. I'm not sure if the drop spindle that I bought is really the best one either. Maybe I need a different one. I'm not really sure, but this fiber to me feels, I don't know, more spinnable, I guess. I'm not sure. I also, I bought the drop spindle and fiber, I think as a kit maybe. I bought it like during lockdown in 2020. And it's like just not my color, but these are my colors. Look at that. So anyways, I am going to try to spin that. And if it doesn't go very well, that's okay because it's really pretty to look at. And it's so soft and floofy, and I just kind of love it. I just couldn't see myself going home without that. Anyways, Oh My Fibers, or Omi Fibers, Mini Bat. She had all kinds of really pretty stuff in her booth, and she was so sweet. We talked to her for a little bit, and her name is Nancy, I believe. So, hi Nancy, if by some chance you're watching. She was lovely. So anyways, okay. Next, I can actually move to this bag. Oh, we can talk about what my husband bought. So my husband Mason goes to all the yarn shows with me. He is a total enabler. He loves putting together colors. He loves putting together fades. He loves buying yarn. He also does not knit. But that's okay. That's okay. He buys me yarn. Sometimes it's for something for him. Sometimes it's for something for me. Sometimes it's just for stash building, whatever. So, and I am just really lucky to have people in my life that will buy me yarn or even buy really good quality, lovely yarn that I get to work with to make them things, which I think is just, it's just so good. So, I know, saw this last year or a similar one, something from the same collection at the Yarn Birds yarn truck. And we've seen them at several shows before. We've been on their truck a few times. Yeah. So I know he's seen this before and I know he's wanted it. So when he was like, finally like, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I was like, okay, that's totally fine. So I have never had the pleasure of working with Hue Loco before. It really is not the least expensive yarn. So I've never bought it. It's just kind of, yeah. But, I mean, it is gorgeous. So he bought it and he wants me to make a shawl out of this. And this is part of her Backyard Chicken collection. And it is one of the Roosters set. And this one is, oh boy, very hard to pronounce. Appenzeller Spitzhauben. I don't know. Anyways, and the minis are Poppy and Cherry. And I'm assuming this one's Poppy and this one's Cherry. It is a 100-gram skein and two 20-gram minis. And like, oh, it's so pretty. And I'm really excited to knit with this yarn. So he wants me to make him a shawl. I am not sure what pattern yet. If you guys have any suggestions for a fingering weight, one skein and two minis shawl pattern. I have knit the sock set shawl by Cozy Up Knits before, so if all else fails, I may knit that one. because that would take this. But I'm not sure. I don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I'd love to hear them. So, yeah. That is the only thing my husband bought. Because he had told me initially he wasn't buying any yarn at this show. But that's okay. All right. And then I have no idea who bought what at this place. I'm not sure. Okay. I will be honest with you. I don't know. I don't remember the maker of this bag. I have a business card in this bag from Copper Centaur Studios, so it may be from there, or it may be a business card we picked up. I don't know. But I saw this bag, and I just could not even resist it. Like, we've got lemons and butterflies, and somewhere on here, or here, the other side, you can see them better. There's bees, and I love lemons. They are my favorite fruit. I have always loved them ever since I was a baby. I have lemons in my water. I eat lemons. I love lemons. I did not have a lemon project bag, and I needed one in my life. And it is a green zipper, and green's my favorite color. And honestly, green and yellow is probably my favorite color combination. I love it. Even though I'm on my hot pink kick at the moment. Oh, wait. We have a business card. Oh, never mind. We have a business card. We know who it's from. So this was from Wicked Notions. So there is that. And I will probably link things down below, but honestly, it's probably going to depend on when I even put this up. I don't know. Or how this goes. But then, okay, so I bought it there, but then there's a tag on the inside of the bag. This is very confusing. From Ginger Snap Fibers. So I assume that's the bag maker, I'm thinking. But I bought it from Wicked Notions? I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing such a good job podcasting. This is great. And then it came with this really sweet little lemon tin for Notions. And she stuck a whole bunch of, well, I'll just hold the whole thing up and show you, little green Edison bulb stitch markers inside. Super, super cute. Absolutely love it. So I have a whole lemon themed set. I feel like I need, this just to me screams summer. I need like a summery project in this. I need a lemony summery project. I don't have a lot of yellow yarn. Anyway. Oh, and the lining. Oh, you saw the lining. But it's this pretty polka dot pattern. So anyways, that is not the only project bag I purchased, actually. Well, it's the only project bag I purchased, I guess. So there's that. And, okay, next we'll get to the bag with most of the yarn and things in it. Which is this one. So I said I only bought one project bag, and that's technically true because this is a Notions pouch, and that's not exactly the same thing. So this is by Mid Mittens Designs. I love her bags. You guys know this. I feel like I almost always have a Mid Mittens Design bag with me, or it's either that or our So Good Life, who doesn't sew bags anymore. Anyways, I was standing and talking to, I cannot remember her name, I'm so sorry, but the owner and bag maker of Mid Mittens Designs. And every single time I'm ready to walk past her booth, and I'm like, I don't need anything. Like, I don't need another project bag. I literally just bought a lemon project bag 2 minutes ago. I don't need another project bag. Like, you know, her bags are so good and her fabrics are so good, and I just can't ever resist. So I was standing there and chatting with her, and I totally wasn't going to buy anything. And then out of the corner of my eye, I spotted this. And like I said, my parents have a seasonal campsite. they've had it, I don't know, this might be year 5 or 6. I don't even know. It's been a while. Look how cute. And we go out there a lot and have kind of come to love camping. Although really, okay, it's more like glamping, but it's fine. We love it so much, and we love going and staying in cabins in the woods and having campfires and all those things. So I saw this and I was like, oh, what a fun summer notions pouch. And on the inside, we've got the same fabric, but in a white background. It's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see it. And I also love the bags with these like window pouches. It's just really, really lovely. So I couldn't resist, and I got this Notions pouch. And it's so cute. It's so cute, and it's so perfect for camping. So perfect. So, as I may have already talked about, if this is not a special edition podcast, if this is just part of the podcast, although looking at the length, I don't know, might be at something. I don't know. Anyway, I've been working on my summer socks for summer sock camp, trying to actually get some socks done because fall will be here before you know it, and my feet will be cold. And so, like, how cute is this for like summer sock camp? Knitting for my Notions. It's so cute. Anyway, that's my Notions pouch I got. All right. Are we ready to like really get into the yarn? I'm ready to get into the yarn. Okay. So one of the things that I did is, one of my goals for this show, was to buy some yarn from some dyers that I have never worked with before. So like I said, Jared bought the Bewitched Pigments. Mason bought Huloko. So technically that covered it. Technically. But I really wanted I really wanted to try out some yarn that I haven't tried before. Most of the vendors that I typically buy at like every show were not there. So, which was a bummer. I missed seeing them. I really missed seeing Tina from Tina's Twisted Fibers. I really missed seeing the girls of Solstice Fiber Studio. That was a bummer. You guys, I missed you. That was kind of a bummer. But it gave me an opportunity to try out some new yarn, try out some new dyers and stuff. So I had gotten on the website ahead of the show, and I was like, you know what? We're going to see first dyer on that list. I'm going to buy from them, whoever they are. So, and I'm going to hop on their website and figure out what I want. So I found, and they have how to pronounce this on their website. Did I look at that before I started filming? No, I did not. Eiling yarns, maybe? I don't know. There's the ball band, you guys can see. And I saw this, and I'm not normally an Americana, super everything patriotic person at all. But I saw this yarn, and I don't know what it is, but the shade of the red, white, and blue, I just fell in love with it. It's so pretty. I can't tell, but it almost looks like this skein could be self-striping. I'm not really sure. But it is 90% superwash merino, 10% linen, which right now is and it's a single ply yarn. And right now, that is the texture and the fiber content that's really speaking to me. Not entirely sure why, but it is. It's the same fiber content that I'm knitting my confetti crop top out of. And that's a single ply as well. I'm really enjoying it. So anyways, this one, I don't know. I think this is going to be a shawl. And the colorway is Vintage Union Jack. So, I mean, Union Jack is obviously it's a British flag, but still the red, white, and blue. So I'm kind of thinking this might be a midsummer cast on, maybe 4th of July cast on. I'm not sure, but I really, really like it. So not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I'm thinking a little shawl or something. So anyway, there's the ball band, and there's the skein. All right, let's see. So I didn't do as good of a job as I thought I would at buying from new dyers. It just didn't end up that way for me. But that's okay. It's fine. I bought from one. Other people bought from them. It's great. It's awesome. And Laughing Cat Fibers was there, and I love her yarn. It's so creative and so pretty. And when I saw this one, you guys, I could not say no. I couldn't say no. It's so pretty. It has all these colors in it. And look at the stellina. It is sparkly. It's sparkly. And it's just, there's all the colors. It's so pretty. So this one is called, the colorway is My Father's Garden Maize. Maize like corn. And it is on the Siamese Sparkle Sock. So 75, 20, and 5 superwash merino, nylon, and silver stellina. And then I love how on many of her skeins she includes, oh my word, okay, like a little inspiration photo for her dyeing, and that's the photo that inspired the skein. And I just absolutely adore this. It's so bright and so pretty, and I love it. Couldn't resist that. Let's see. Okay. My last purchase of the day, which I do have another one I'm going to talk about that I purchased. This just was the very last one I actually went and bought. That I went and bought. I'm not going in order of how I did things at all. Is one I actually bought yarn from her when she was under her old name. So her new name is, or their new name? I'm not sure. Their new name, we're going to go with there, is Supernova Dye Works, and they're a dyer from Michigan. And anyways, I bought from them when their name, their dye company or whatever was Ice Melon Stash. But anyways, they rebranded. I think there's 2 people who dye. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if it was originally 1. I don't know. I am not well researched on this. But anyways, whatever. They, yeah. They're now Supernova Dye Works. And I picked up this skein of Spooky Scary Skeletons in their Atria fingering, which is 100% superwash merino, also a single ply. I'm not really sure what's going on with me in single ply at the moment, but we're having a moment, and I thought that was really cool looking. It's a really cool skein. And they are one of the vendors that was supposed to vend at a Stitches event. That, of course, as if you are clued in to the fiber world, you know Stitches has gone bankrupt. A lot of vendors are not getting their money back, and not only are they not getting their money for their boost back, they have lost out on all of the revenue they would have gotten from the sale of their stuff at those shows. So anyways, I knew that Supernova Dye Works was one of those vendors, so I wanted to make a point of purchasing from them. And look how cool. Also, if you just want to go browse skeins and see hilariously named skeins, go just browse their stuff. Their colorway names are so funny. We spent forever in their booth just like giggling at their colorway names. Okay. So then we're going back to Yarn Birds, by the way. We're going back to the yarn truck, and we're going to talk about what I got. So they had mystery grab bags, and if you know me, I love a good mystery skein. Can't resist. So I pick up a mystery grab bag, and I'm like, oh, this is good. That's cool. I'll get to try like maybe some new dyer. That's really neat. You guys, I picked up the most Courtney on brand mystery skein pack that ever existed. You guys, the dyer. Fangirl fibers, y'all. Fangirl fibers. It was so funny. I did go live on Instagram. I don't know that anybody watched it. It wouldn't let me share it because it was under a minute. But whatever. I opened it on Instagram Live. So this is the first thing that was in there. And it is a skein of fingering weight yarn in superwash merino nylon and 80-20 blend. And the colorway is Cosmopolitans for Breakfast. And it is just this bubblegum pink. I am having a pink moment at the moment. I love this so much. I thought it was hilarious, though. Fangirl Fibers, who I have a ton of her yarn, that's who I got in this grab bag. So funny. I don't know if they were all Fangirl Fibers or what, but I just thought it was hilarious. So, I got that. And then, pardon crinkling. Can I get it out? Yes. And then there was also this Fangirl Fibers mini skein set, which is the And I Couldn't Help But Wonder mini bundle. I don't know what either of these things are in reference to. I do not already own any of this yarn. So that was actually really exciting because I have quite a bit of Fangirl Fibers. So it's nice to get some different colors that I don't already have, some different yarn. So there's 100 grams in here of the same blend, that 80-20. So I'm not sure if I'll end up... Yarn is falling off of my lap. Okay, we're going to put you back aside. There we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these together and do something with all of them. I think that could be potentially really, really neat. Or if I'll split them up or do something different. I'm not sure yet. But regardless, I was so excited when I opened this. Especially, I pulled this out first and I was like, oh my goodness. I'm going through my pink phase. This is my pink moment. And then these are just so pretty. And also, I love minis so much. So, there's that. All right, so that was all that I purchased. And so I was at budget. I was done. We set our limit. We had reached the limit, which is great. That's fine. That's awesome. I honestly, which I don't even know. I went into this yarn show and I was like, Mace, I don't know if my husband's Mason. So I'm like, Mace, I don't know if I'm going to even buy a whole lot of anything. I don't know. I have a lot of yarn. It's fine. I don't need to buy anything. Yeah, we'll set the budget, but, I probably won't even come close. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, so there had been a skein of yarn. There's always a skein, right? So there was a skein of yarn that I had walked past several times. I really, really liked it. I had really wanted to buy it. I was going to buy it. And then I just didn't get back there. I ended up buying from other dyers, and before I knew it, I was at budget, and I was like, okay, well, that's all right. So Mason went back to the car to take our stuff back. We were going to pick up a coffee before we left for the day. I guess I didn't do a good job of telling the story kind of in linear order. Mac was with us for about half of our time, and then her family came and picked her up. They to go home and stuff. And so she got through about half of it, and she did buy some beautiful yarn that I cannot wait to see what she knits with it. So anyways, and we all watched sheepdog demonstrations too, which are so much fun. Anyhow, we had a blast with her, and then after she left, we went through another building and then got lunch and stuff and finished shopping. So we shopped till we dropped, pretty much. And all decided we needed some caffeine before we left. So Mason took our stuff because we realized we couldn't hold our stuff in the cups and everything all at the same time. He went to take our stuff back to the car. and we decided to meet him at the coffee truck. So on our way to the coffee truck, I told Jared, I'm like, I just want to go back to this booth. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy this skein. But I just want to take a picture of it. I might change my mind and order it online when I get home. I don't know, but it's just really pretty. I just want to take a picture. So he said, okay. And we go back to the booth and I snap a picture real quick and we start walking away. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, wait a second. What skein were you taking a picture of? And I was like, oh, that one on the end. I really, the end cap is all this colorway. It's so pretty. I really like it. And he's like, oh. So we walk back over. And he's like, well, what weight were you going to get? And I was like, the DK weight is the cheapest. I'll probably just get the DK. That's, totally fine. Then that can be a hat or whatever. A hat? Well, if I buy this skein, will you knit me a hat with it? I was like, okay, sure. That's fair. Yeah. I can do that. Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, you're not just buying this because... Oh, yeah, I'm sure. You guys. It's so pretty. So he bought me this skein. I could not get this skein out of my mind. Look how gorgeous it is. It's like a beach sunset in yarn. It's so pretty. Like, look at that. It's like this fuchsia-y into these really bright hot oranges, into yellows, into like almost a sandy bear yarn. It's so pretty. So this is from the Fiber Seed, which is another, there we go, new to me dyer. I've never bought their yarn before and I've never used it. And this is in their Sprout base, which is a DK washable American merino wool with 10% nylon. So I think I'm going to make him, from what we decided, I believe the classic ribbed hat, I think is what it's called, by Pearl Soho. I've knit one for my husband. I knit one for myself. I think I knit one for my sister-in-law too. I actually don't know that I knit her one of these now that I'm thinking about it. I knit one for my husband's grandfather. I know I knit one for him. Anyways, I've knit several of these. It's a great knit. And I think it'll look really good in this. So I'm going to knit a hat for him in this. And I get to work with it. And I'm so happy. So excited. So I did end up with several new dyers, new yarn to try. So really excited about that. And that is all I purchased. That's all I've got from Great Lakes Fiber Show. So exciting. It was just so wonderful. I love going and being surrounded by other people who are just as into yarn and into fiber and sheep and all this stuff as I am. It's so wonderful. It's just, it's so fun. And seeing all the animals that produce the fibers that we love to use, and it's a great time. Okay, so that's all I've got as far as yarn goes. I think this might be a special edition because we're going on 40 minutes here. Anyways, Sweets and Geeks. We'll go ahead and talk about that too. So, Sweets and Geeks, if you watched my last episode, you'll know it's a store in Medina, Ohio, which is very close to us, obviously, and is in the county I work in. Anyways, it's a store there. And they are like a massive candy store with all kinds of candies, from all over the world and different interesting flavors and stuff. Tons of sodas, all different random weird flavors of soda, all kinds of stuff. And then they also, so that's the sweets part, and then the geeks part is that they have like every fandom ever. All kinds of stuff. They've got all of it. All kinds of everything. So I had talked about some of the things that I got. It wasn't like the very first time I went or anything. I've been quite a few times. But the first time I went recently, a few weeks ago. I did talk about what I got, and I asked if you guys would be interested in seeing the stuff that I got from there, and some of you said yes, so here it is. And if you're not interested, that's cool, just skip ahead. Alright, so I'm going to just combine all 3 trips that we've taken there. Just with different circumstances, we've ended up there several weeks in a row. Anyway, so I'm just going to run through it. I collect and absolutely love Pokemon plushies. So I just threw one on the floor by accident. So we'll have to grab that in a sec. Or I don't know if my husband's around. He can maybe grab it. Anyways, so I got Horsey. So cute. I love Horsey. And I got Vaporeon, which is one of the evolutions. So that's exciting. Love those guys. And I got, which I can't remember. I might have actually shown this on the last podcast. I'm not sure. Score Bunny. I think I might have shown him. But we can see him again. He's cute. So I got these 3. And then there's another one that just fell on the floor. So I'll have to try to grab that. It's on the other side of a chair and everything. But that's, we'll get it. Okay, so I got that, and then I got a t-shirt, which is hanging in my closet. I did not bring it down, but I did save the box, because the box is really cute. It's a Funko Pop Buzz Lightyear Toy Story t-shirt. So, I'll show you guys the back of it so you can see what the shirt itself looks like. And I love Toy Story, love Buzz Lightyear. I knit a shawl with Fangirl Fibers yarn that was inspired by Buzz Lightyear to wear to see the movie Lightyear last year. So, very into that. Also, side note, Fangirl Fibers she may still be releasing the themes. I'm not sure. But she's been this week releasing her themes for Advents and holiday countdowns and December countdowns and all those things. There's going to be a Toy Story Advent. And so far, of all the themes, that's the one I'm going with. So we'll see. Things could change. She could come up with something that I'm like, ooh, no, it's that. But I think I'm getting her Toy Story one this year. I think that's going to be it. Anyways, there's that. All right. We're going to have to move some things. And then I got the Haunted Mansion Call of the Spirits game. And it is you can see at the very bottom here, it's the Magic Kingdom Park Edition. They do have a Disneyland edition, but I've never been to Disneyland. I am a Disney World girl, so there's that. We haven't had a chance yet to play it, but I am very excited. I love the Haunted Mansion. I love all things Haunted Mansion. Yeah. Very excited about that. Especially because I don't think I'm going to edit this. I think we're just going to pop it up. There may be things linked down below. There may not be. I'm not sure. I may also link things down below, like, after it's released. That's probably what's going to happen, if I'm being honest. It's this little basket plushie. It's so cute. So, it's like a little Easter basket. And there's these little eggs inside, but the eggs don't come out. You can, Togepi's just attached with, this is Togepi, by the way, he's a Pokemon. Togepi's just attached with like a little plastic tag thingy that you could cut out, but I haven't done that yet. This little part is so soft. But you guys, he's sitting in this little basket with his eggs. It's so cute. So I think I'm going to use this as an Easter decoration. A little Easter basket with my Togepi. So cute. I don't think if you're new that you're probably watching this, to be honest. So I'm going to assume that you're not new. But if you are new, I'm super into Pokemon Go, super into Pokemon. And all things Disney. And I like Marvel. Those are probably the big ones. And then last night, while I was at a meeting for work, there was a whole... Anyway, my husband and my brother went to Sweets and Geeks because I was in that. And since they knew it was not going to be a super fun way to spend my day off, they got me these Disney Princess Little Mermaid lapel pins. And I'm really excited. I'm going to put these maybe on a bag or something. I think we're going to go see the new Little Mermaid this Thursday evening at the drive-in. Due to migraines, I can't really see things in regular movie theaters. So when I go to a movie, it is a big deal. And I usually only get to go to one or two a summer. So very excited. I can't wait. So I've got my Little Mermaid pins all ready to go. Okay. That's everything. I think that's it. So we'll see. I can't imagine popping this into my episode because there is so much. So I think you all are going to end up with a special edition, stash edition, rambly, outside, life noise, Sunday special podcast thing. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed my little recap that was all over the place of my time at the Great Lakes Fiber Show and my Sweets and Geeks haul and my yarn haul and all of that. And that being said, I hope that you find some time in the next few days for crafting in your little corner of paradise. And I'm going to go do some crafting right here in my little corner of paradise. I'll see you later, friends. Bye.